Do you think Bernie Sanders and his wife still get down?
Oh, yeah. Bernie Sanders goes down.
Oh, yeah.
Probably
that
all
guy
day.
eats pussy like a champ, man.
It looks like his hair, he was just getting held by the hair after his thing. He's like, all right, I have to go give a speech on economics.
You're gonna come twice before I come once. That's a rule. That's a Bernie guarantee.
For every woman in this household. It's just him running a sex cult. Yeah, I have fresh towels for after you squirt. You can take them home with you.
They're warm. I keep them warm, and the warmer, it's a nice sensation.
If you notice the scent, it is lavender. It is non-invasive. It is good for the environment. There are ways to do these things without taking out of innocent people's pockets. Without hurting our planet.
Liftoff. The clock has started.
Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to Hesby Street. You have to come see us live. Zack and I will be together at the San Francisco Punchline May 2nd. I will be in Philadelphia April 16th, New York City April 17th, Washington, D.C. April 19th, Minnesota the 5th and 6th, a bunch of other places. Please, for the love of God, come.
Sunnyvale, I already got some Hesbo attention. Coming to Rooster T. Feathers.
What days is that?
I'll see you there, Lily and Zack, spelled like me.
Hell yeah. A little CK action.
Yeah, real way.
All the tour dates are at HesbyStreetPod.com. If you don't see a city, but you're in it, tell us.
Yeah.
Sign up for our email list or send us an email, HesbyStreetPod@gmail.com, or message us on the socials. Follow us there.
Yeah.
Like and review the podcast. And then an extra episode on Patreon every Friday, patreon.com/HesbyStreet. I feel like that's it.
Yeah, subscribe to YouTube, rate and review the podcast. Don't like and review. Liking the podcast really does very little for us. You got to rate it.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Out of 5, I think.
5 it. High five.
Check out this song that I wrote.
What?
Yeah, I decided maybe you've been doing all this music. I thought I'd take a little spin at it.
Okay.
Is that okay? Or
No,
is that stepping on your...
I mean, let's see if you can do it.
Okay. It's an original.
All right.
It's not going to be Torio Van Grol. I'm saving for comedy. I'm going to go by Vito J for music. So this is a Vito J original.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch, that's my song.
No, I changed it.
No, dude.
There's like a little kind of reverb at the end. I did. It's different.
Yeah, it does fade a little bit. You did the Vanilla Ice. Have you seen that classic?
Da, 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 da.
Dun, 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 dun. It's a different beat.
Yeah. So what's up, dude? You want to get into your past, your future? You want to live in the moment? Where do you want to start this week?
Yeah, what are the cards saying? You sound like a tarot reader. That's why I'm asking
right.
you. What do you want to get into, bro?
What do you want to get into?
You're like the fucking surfer.
We want to
tarot?
figure out. I'll do your tarot cards right now. Death card.
I'm like,
But that's fine. That's actually good.
why?
Because you have to have death for a new beginning, and spring has sprung.
But I don't want to die.
Oh, you will die.
You have to.
You will die. But it'll be good for other people in your life.
Can I just ask if
I'll use your death for my own personal gain.
I
But
just
go
need
ahead.
to know
Uh-huh.
if you're just getting this from the cards or if you've recently seen the movie Knock at the Cabin.
I have seen Knock at the Cabin.
So you don't think it has anything to do with maybe the plot line from that, kind of like bleeding into your tarot reading profession? Okay.
I think it's different.
Okay.
Good movie though, huh?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh, well, I won't kill you till after you see it.
Okay.
Wait, I mean, you won't die till after you see it.
I see. You're going to kill me.
I don't know anymore, man.
Yeah.
It's so hard to keep track of like my to-do lists.
In the improv scene or just in actual life?
Both.
I'm sinking in actual life.
Why? What's wrong?
I've needed a haircut since December.
I love when your hair gets long. It's my favorite version of Zack.
Remember
when you had that kind of like during COVID, you had that like kind of nuclear mushroom explosion hair?
Yeah, broccoli
That was
head.
my broccoli head. Yeah, that's my favorite.
I have needed to buy shoes.
There's a photo of you with the broccoli haircut that sometimes people will use as a headshot for shows.
Yes.
And it's my favorite.
My headshot in my driveway.
Yeah.
Professionally shot by
My wife.
I've needed shoes for months.
What's wrong with your shoes? I'm looking at your shoes right now. They're great.
They have holes in them.
Those have holes in them?
Yeah, in the top.
Oh, that's no big deal.
It's a huger deal than you think. Because get this, people see the top.
Yeah, but you're not stepping on anything. It's just like a kind of flip-flop.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah.
All right, we get you some new shoes.
I got to get new shoes, yeah.
Me too.
Taxes. I don't even know what
You haven't
I'm
done your
doing there.
taxes?
No.
Oh, that's coming up, I think. It's
I
April.
have 13 W-2s.
Don't you
13. That's more than one a month.
But don't you have a tax guy?
It's a woman.
Yeah, but they go by tax guy, I think, as their profession. Like on their taxes.
Right.
They write tax guy.
Tax guy.
Tax guy.
Big tax guy. Yeah, no. Just got to do a bunch of like adult shit. It's fucking hard. And then my dreams, which I still haven't given up on, despite everything my life coach has told me.
No, man, your dreams are going great.
My life coach is like, pivot. Have you pivoted every day? Pivot.
To what? What are you going to pivot to?
I think just like full-time like live streamer.
No, you don't have. Oh,
I strap the GoPro to my chest. I go to the gas station, get some food, and I'm like, what's that guy's problem?
I bet if you did that and you edited it down to your best 10 minutes a day,
Yeah.
it'd be fire.
You think?
Yeah, because I've hung out with you. There's always 10 minutes of fire.
But it's such...
There's a lot of fat that needs
It's
to be
so
cut.
much fat. And it's so much to edit.
Yeah, I feel like once we get a full-time editor, this podcast will be so much better.
Yeah.
Because then we can focus on the funny.
Right.
But until then,
I'm so hands-on.
90% of what we're doing is editing.
I know. I'm so hands-on. That's the thing. I'm a little bit of a control freak, I think. I was getting irked. I don't know if you could tell by when we shot our sketch over the weekend, which I think is going to turn out great.
I could tell you were getting... I want to talk to you about that, but not on the podcast.
Should we go Patreon?
Yeah, we'll do that on Patreon.
Okay. We get personal on Patreon.
Yeah.
I saw a show that made me think of you.
What show?
Seeking Brother Husband. Hear me out. Hear me out. So this show is about women who are married who want to be married to someone else also.
So they want to do like the Mormon thing, but from the women's perspective.
And it has its own term.
Like, so sister wives, brother husband.
Yeah, but like there's like a like a polyamory. I think it's a different word regarding like husband.
Devil's threesome.
Yeah, kind of. There's one woman in LA who I feel so bad for her husband.
Because he doesn't want this.
He does not want this. And it's just her coming home and he's like, how was your date? And she's like, the guy really wanted to have sex. He just wouldn't stop talking about sex. It's like, I think he wants like a friends with benefits type of situation. And then he goes, yeah. And she goes, which is fine. And he goes,
Is that what we agreed on? I thought you wanted like a connection.
A husband that like fulfills.
Someone I can golf with.
Exactly. And she's like, well, and then she goes, we do have a 2-bedroom. So I'm thinking the other bedroom. And he goes like, I thought we agreed no one was coming back here. And then she goes, well, I mean, you're going out of town for a bachelor party.
Not anymore, I'm not.
I mean, dude, it is brutal. But so there's this is just one family, and they live in LA, and I swear to God, I've met the wife before. I don't know where we know her from. I feel like we know her.
Okay, yeah, I can't wait to see her.
Maybe you like dated her once, and she was like seeking a brother husband, and you had no idea. But anyway,
I think I'd be a great brother husband.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So there's a couple in Atlanta. I think they're in Atlanta. Maybe Texas, and they all live in the house together.
3 of them.
The woman,
But it's not a thruple. It's different.
It's different. They don't do stuff like they'll go out and like I guess like
they don't hang out together.
The husbands are friends, and they're both like their cups seem full-ish as far as like attention wise. But one of them shares the master bedroom with the wife.
And one has his own, a man cave.
One has his own room, and he is all about it. I'm like, that's Torio. Yeah. The guy goes, I'm an introvert, dude. Like, I don't want to be all up like in the bedroom.
She comes in for a couple hours.
Yes.
She goes to her own bed.
And I get my video games down here. I'm like, Torio, I have found your perfect scenario. He's like, they're kind of doing all the sex stuff. I'm more of the like, keep it down, but like, obviously have fun. I just am like trying to be
I'm going
close.
to turn my fan on high. Just don't get louder than that fan. You know what I mean?
The way he just goes, I'm an introvert, dude. Like, I want to be on another floor.
That's me, man.
And they were like shopping for a new house.
Dude, I would love, like, what is an in-law unit called? Like
yeah.
there's another name for it,
A
but that's
guest
what
house.
I want.
Yeah. They have the house that they were looking at. It was a 3 stories. Like, now they're kind of loud. Are we gonna? And then she goes, so you're on the first floor. There's a second floor that's just like the dining room, kitchen, living room, and then they're on the third. And he's like, guys, I love this house. I honestly think, and I'm not being funny. I think you could thrive.
I think I
if
could too.
you weren't judged. You know what I mean? Like, I think your family might be like,
I don't care.
You wouldn't
my
care?
family. Yeah, I would care, I guess.
Yeah. Your family would have concerns, but it's such a leap. It's funny that they're both in the same category because you have this husband that is like, basically, my wife just wants to be able to cheat on me all the time. That's
Right.
what it feels like.
Well, I feel like it would work for me if that was like home and then I could go on the road, meet someone,
Yeah,
maybe end up with that person.
I'm sure it's open.
You know?
I'm sure it's open, and you could bring them back home. That's where it gets weird, where the wives are kind of like, I feel like you're not being a part of this. Like, are you straying from the game plan here?
Kinda, yeah. I'm doing my own life.
Totally.
Because that's what this arrangement
That's what
is.
it is. It's like you can't be one-sided. And I haven't seen Sister Wives, so I don't want to sound like biased.
And I don't want to see Sister Wives. I would love to see Brother Husbands.
Brother husbands, let me tell you, quite the phenomenon. I think it'd work out for you because you would just be like, ooh, bread. You know, you go into the kitchen, you're like, this loaf looks bomb.
You cook
Thanks, bro. Found it. Now get back in there, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the kitchen over for a second. I think you would thrive.
I think I could.
as like the introverted brother.
Yeah,
husband.
maybe I'll try that.
And she's looking.
Is there an app for that?
She's looking for a
Is there
third
a Broho app?
Broho app. Maybe
The LA one?
No, not the Well, the LA one's looking for her second, like her first brother husband.
Got it.
The other woman has 2.
Tell her to hit me up, dude.
She might, but she's looking for an adventurous type. Her husband's like an engineer dork.
That just means she wants someone to like spit in her mouth.
Well, that's the thing. She was
It's
like,
not hiking. When they say adventurous type, it's not rock climbing.
You're talking about the woods. All right, I'll whip your feet or whatever. Can we just like get straight to it? Because I don't want to spend years searching for what
Because
adventurous
Mike
means.
he has some quiche that's left over in the fridge, and I really want to get to that. Big Mike guy.
I could see you hanging with like Mike, the husband that's not about, and you're like, weird, right? Dude, I'm with you. What is her deal?
Oh, my leash is still on? My bad.
My bad, dude. I'm allowed in the house for a little bit, right? Just gonna wash up. Yeah, so Seeking Brother Husband might be my new favorite show.
Dude, I went to the Hollywood Improv open mic. People are always like, gotta get in at every club.
Yeah.
So I went. Big mistake.
Why?
So it's a 3-minute set.
Yeah.
You know? This guy goes up there, and for 3 minutes, his entire 3 minutes, he just jacks off the air. Just different.
No intro, or like does he
Mouth is closed.
set up the bit?
Mouth is closed the whole time. Never says a word. He's like
God.
he's like a musical conductor. He's acting that out.
Like he's wearing the like cummerbund and the
I think he was wearing something weird, but he's like jacking off as though he's jacking off dicks as though he's telling musicians how to
jack off.
which is funny because that means he practiced this.
Yeah, of course he practiced it.
At the end of the 3 minutes, cum comes out of his mouth. Obviously fake cum, I'm assuming.
Oh my God.
Standing ovation.
Torio.
I thought AI was going to be the thing that ruined comedy for me.
Yeah.
It was this man jacking off the air for 3 whole minutes, and then cum comes out of his mouth.
Well, I've sat through some terrible shows every week, and it has made me.
You can laugh. You can laugh at the absurdity of it. That's fine.
Yeah.
I had moments of like laughing at like what the fuck's happening.
Yeah, right.
But to applaud him off the stage,
Yeah.
oh man, it broke my soul, dude.
That's tough.
And also, when he does a set longer than 3 minutes, like most comedy sets,
Yeah.
where does that bit go in his act? can't be the whole thing.
It's just him drooling a little bit. He's like, so dating's kind of weird.
So you'd have to do it first, so then you spit the cum out. That was the best part.
You would have to start your set with
after his set.
Yeah.
He was just like Clorox wiping all this fake cum off the stage while the host is kind of like just picking out the next name.
That's gross.
I'm like, none of this was worth it.
That's
But apparently it was, because you got the Hollywood improv booker to applaud your air jacking. It just hurts. It hurts when you do like I know you're fine with like most things.
Out there stuff.
I'm one of
most
those
things, yeah.
I'm one of those people where like it makes me think of like how hard I've worked and how much time we've all put in. Not just me, like people I respect.
Everyone to your left and right.
Yeah.
Your peers. You're a complainer.
I'm a complainer.
And that's just how it is.
That is how it is. I've had to go. I found a lot of peace in accepting that.
Yes.
But I think I'm fair too.
Yeah. I'm a glass half full guy.
Yeah.
You are a glass is a little more than half empty, if we're being honest.
I would say this glass is going to be the end of our existence.
You would say this glass is shaped dumb?
It's going to fall off the table at some point.
Yes, it looks used.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know if I'm happy that it doesn't
How long's that
fall off
water
the
been in
table.
there?
Yeah.
Because it collects dust.
Right. And then tap water, what's leaching into our pipes?
I mean, with all this
lot of
rain,
issues with the glass.
With all this rain, you're getting weird you're getting too many minerals probably.
Things are getting
or
shaken
not
up.
enough. It's not the correct amount though.
No.
I know that for sure.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like I needed to tell you that because it's just been weighing on me.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I've quite literally been there.
I was
At
sitting
the
next
improv,
to
pulling my hair out, going, "What are we getting out of this?"
I was sitting next to two friends. None of us went up.
Yeah, that's another hard part.
Yeah.
It's purely luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Or unluck of the draw.
Yeah. It
When I used to go all the time, when I used to go every week, it was a lot of inside jokes. And that is annoying because it's
totally.
like,
Well, because you're performing for only comedians.
yes.
But it's like I don't
Well, you're performing for only this group
people
of
that
people
are trying
that are
to
there.
be comedians.
Yes.
But not an audience.
Some are. Some are.
Some are audience members?
Some are, yeah, sometimes they have audience members.
No.
Some, absolutely. And sometimes they have real
Not
comedians.
in my experience.
Okay, well, you've gone how many times?
3.
Yeah, okay. I think the audience members are generally like friends of someone that's about to try to go up for the first time, or
Yeah,
maybe improv class buddies.
Man.
It's tough. It is tough. The things that we go through. And then someone have the audacity to be like, how do you get in all this? And you're like, you have to go to the gates of hell. That's how you get in. You climb your way in through the sewer of the castle.
Successful comedian if they would do this again, and it's like, no. I wouldn't start over.
Starting over is brutal.
Thank God you couldn't. Thank
That's
God
actually-
that's not possible.
I think that is a perfect
Gates of hell.
no, it's like climbing into, like, you get to be the king of a medieval castle, but you have to climb in through that like long, steep shit sewer. Fucking,
It's like Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
You get out of prison, but you got to walk through literal shit.
yeah, and also like get lucky that no one catches you, because something's gonna catch you.
Yeah.
You're
Addiction,
gonna get me too'd.
depression, me too'd.
It's
Anyways.
it's tough, but you got to stay fired up. You got to stay motivated. I've been taking testosterone.
You have been taking more tea?
Like it's a herbal kind.
Oh, so it's not real.
Well, it might be real.
So it's just like ground up spinach.
No, it's like horny goat weed.
Oh, horny goat weed.
Yeah.
Have
like-
you actually been taking that?
Yeah, it's like in there.
It's in there.
There's like a list of ingredients.
Cool.
But I was taking it just so I like don't cry, or like I just want to like be brave enough to work out consecutively.
Totally.
You know, just get a little like fired up. But they always just talk about like fucking. Like the directions on it are like
Oh, right.
take like 1 hour
Yeah.
before.
It's like, how do I get all this tea without getting a boner?
Or like, can we not like
The
bring
boner I'm
attention-
fine with. I
Dude,
can do that.
If anything, I need to slow that thing
It's
down.
the working out that I need help with.
Yeah. No, I just need the workout stuff, but it just says like take an hour before like you get freaky deaky, you know? And I'm like, don't just say before physical activity.
Yeah, we can read, but make it subtler.
Because there are other things that do sex stuff that they're not, like ketamine is a form of therapy now for like disassociating and processing your pain. But it's a muscle relaxant. So it's popular in the gay community, but there's no like therapist that's like take an hour before butt stuff.
Before you just get fucking destroyed.
Yeah. Pineapples aren't like take these like an hour before you see what that mouth do.
Yeah.
Just they need to grow up. The testosterone people. I see the commercials for like Nugenics, which that's a tough name. It's dangerously close to
So eugenics is right there. What are you doing?
It feels like they're dog whistling. But Frank Thomas is like the spokesperson, big black baseball player, retired baseball player, and they're always talking about
Nothing about him looks natural.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But they talk about, like, do it. Oh, man, it keeps my stamina. I
And then
can
there's
play
that
golf.
tag at the end.
They're always like, and your lady will like it too. And she's
he
like,
winks at Doug Flutie.
that would be like a jarring experience
Yeah.
meeting your hero. And they're like, hey, man, if you want to fuck like the best you've ever fucked, you should take this stuff.
No, but how do I just get in shape? Don't worry about that, man.
Yeah. I'm like, no, Noam Chomsky. Didn't think this conversation would go there. I'm not going to lie. Bernie Sanders just like, you're going to be fucking like you've never fucked before.
All night long.
Sure, you're going to have a long day of golf and you're going to feel great at the end of the day. But more importantly, you will be murdering that pussy. You will be absolutely devastating that pussy.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever, don't lie to me now, wanted to smash the pee?
Your sex life right now, it is a mom and pop shop in Palestine, Ohio. It doesn't stand a chance. It has no protection, no oversight. No people are committed to furthering your shop. Now, after one dosage of this, you will feel like big banks right after a financial collapse. You will be rejuvenated unnecessarily, artificially. Dude, I will take whatever testosterone product Bernie Sanders pushes.
Oh, man. Do you think Bernie Sanders and his wife still get down?
Oh, yeah. Bernie Sanders goes down.
Oh, yeah.
Probably
that
all
guy
day.
eats pussy like a champ, man.
It looks like his hair, he was just getting held by the hair after his thing. He's like, all right, I have to go give a speech on economics.
You're gonna come twice before I come once. That's a rule. That's a Bernie guarantee.
For every woman in this household. It's just him running a sex cult. Yeah, I have fresh towels, for after you squirt, you can take them home with you.
They're warm. I keep them warm, and the warmer, it's a nice sensation.
If you notice the scent, it is lavender, it is non-invasive, it is good for the environment. There are ways to do these things without taking out of innocent people's pockets. Without hurting our planet. Sex cult Bernie, man. I need it. I've had people lately, and this is gonna sound ungrateful and fucked up. Well, first off, before I forget, I want to say this. My mom brought it to my attention that we never shouted out Sam's for having us for that comedy show and taking such great care of us.
Oh, hell yeah. Love Sam's and Tiburon.
Sam's Anchor Cafe in Tiburon. Fantastic food.
Does she listen to the pod?
I think people that she listen to it said like, "Where's the Sam shout out?"
Oh, damn.
She's like, "Oh, I'm just going straight to the top."
Hell yeah. Go to Sam's for all your dining needs in Tiburon, California.
Oh, dude, a weekend brunch date. Fucking.
They had what was that like breakfast thing I had with like crab cakes?
Crab cake Benedict.
Yeah,
that was
fire.
phenomenal. And they have heated benches on that dock.
Yeah, they take care of your
They're
butt.
really good. The owners, the chefs, they all do a great job. Go to Sam's Anchor Cafe in Tiburon. Tell them Hesby Street sent you.
Yeah, you get it free, I think.
I think you can pick out any crab cake Benedict you want.
Uh-huh.
And you get to walk
and
out.
5 free drinks
That's right.
per person.
Yep.
If you say Hesby Street.
Say Hesby Street, and then there's one last thing you got to do when they're not looking, run away.
You don't even have to run that fast.
No, it's a small town.
Yeah.
You'll be at your car in a second.
Yeah, you just kind of a brisk walk.
It's better if you walk.
Uh-huh.
Because if you're
But leave a tip.
tip them.
Yeah, everything's free except the tip.
Because you're
man.
not paying for anything
You're
else.
not paying. You got to tip 30% of what you think it may have been.
If you got a good look at the menu. But another thing I was going to say that's kind of bothering me these days, and I think I'm just becoming an old curmudgeon, or maybe we've been doing stand-up comedy for too long.
Yes, good.
The darkness grows in him. These people that
These people.
You see these people? They come to our show as a favor to us.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like friends from childhood, or maybe friends just from.
We talked about this last time with Angina, good old Angina.
Totally.
Who I
Where it's
love.
Yes, you got it. They think they're doing you a solid. They think you're leaving the show every day going, I mean, it was fun. It was sold out, but I don't know. I thought Angina would have been the one of these. Like,
Yeah.
we only want either fans of stand-up comedy that are looking for someone new.
Yeah.
Or just like curious as to what's out there, or Hesbos. Honestly, people, if you're listening to this podcast, you are who we want at the show.
Yep.
If you're ever at a show and you see us talking to like family or friends and you're like, I don't want to bother,
Interrupt them.
you're the one we want to talk
Yes.
to. They have had enough of us and we have had enough of them.
And now they feel, and to their credit, they did help us.
They've helped us along the way.
They came when no one came.
They came when no one came.
Yeah. So we do owe them that.
Sure.
However,
But they weren't coming going, he better have a nice chat with me after the show 10 years from now.
no, they'll be fine with it.
Exactly. It doesn't take from
I
them.
had my San Diego show, and some people, same kind of vibe. Not family.
Right. But like
My
friends.
immediate family is very good about giving me space.
Yeah.
But I had some friends, and one buddy hit me. I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry if I talked to you too much. I didn't realize that." He gave me my first set ever in Fresno.
Wow.
He came to the show, and he was like, I was like thinking about it, and I was like, I should have known better. I was a comic. Like, I was talking to you too much. They were like, and he was right. There were like some fans that were kind of like
Waiting.
yeah, but it's also like that was fun. I hadn't seen him in so long. It was cool to catch up with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's I don't know where you're going 100% with the point, if there's more to it. But
Well,
yeah,
it's
there's
just
like
people. Okay, there's people
because it
that
does seem like people are probably listening and they're like, well, now I don't know what to come talk to us. It's fine.
if you're listening to this podcast, you're guest numero uno.
Yes,
That's what I'm
exactly.
trying to say.
Yeah.
And it's the people that are like, hey man, it's been forever.
I want to tell you about my cousin had a kid.
Dude, and we got to go to your show. It's almost like because we don't make very much money and we're spending so much time trying to get our stand-up to like another level where it can become a little bit lucrative.
Yeah.
It takes up a lot of our time.
Right.
And we're no longer as accessible as we probably were when we had an open mic or two to go to.
Right.
So now we're like trying to give it our all
Yeah.
and see these things that we've been working on for years through to the finish line. And someone's like, we got to do a lunch. And you're like, that would be nice. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
And then they're like, tell you what, let's make it easier. I'll be at your show. And you're like, well, that's
That's not easier. Let's do the lunch.
That's-
Do the lunch.
yeah,
thing.
I'm
I
at-
always do the lunch.
I'm
thing
at work.
when you. Yeah.
if my friend's a lawyer and I'm like, dude, we haven't had a lot of time to talk. He's like, dude, I've been working on this case. I'm like, I'll meet you at the fucking office.
I was in San Francisco last weekend featuring. Didn't promote it at all because
Yeah.
we have our show to promote.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell anyone I was in town. Still had no time. I got to golf with Jesse.
Yeah.
I had to hang out with a couple other friends.
Yeah.
And I still was like, when do I get to like sit down and write?
Yeah.
And like work on my set for tonight.
You do kind of want to focus for like,
yeah,
an
because it's
hour.
like it's not just people are just like, well, you do
like you're funny.
you can do 25 minutes, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but that's not how I get better.
I have to
That's not how
focus.
this craft works.
Right.
You know, it's like I need the time to work. So it was like I came back and I was working on 2 new jokes,
Yeah.
but it's like in San Francisco is a different beast. That's
Yeah.
where we started.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like when I go to another city, it's it's like, okay, I have, and you start in LA with the writing. It's like I want to work. I want to try this stuff on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
just-
we're complaining about this.
No,
The good part of this job, but it's
It sounds negative, but it also affirms like why we're not talking shit about anyone that doesn't have time for us. Like we do the joke
Yeah.
about Bill Burr going, no more words, no more
Yeah.
words, and it's like, oh man, I could see someone interpreting that as, oh, they think he's an asshole. We don't. I
Not at all.
don't.
Not at all.
I think he has to focus on his shit because
Yeah.
he's trying to stay or maintain the best comic in comedy status, because it's not even just his livelihood. It's like purpose is involved in that too.
And I think for me, it's like when I get into a zone of writing and putting out new material,
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck that up.
Right.
It's like, okay, this is working right now. You get
Yeah.
into like the flow,
Yeah.
some people call it, or whatever that is, flow state.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I got to stick with this routine until I have my new hour because
Right.
new hour, a hour.
Right. That is new.
Yeah. Because, yeah, I mean, it's just so hard to do. And you can go, if you fall out of that, you can go 6 months without a new joke or any kind of growth.
Right. The main point I'm trying to make is there is no need for someone that is not into comedy really at all.
Yes.
But knows you.
Yeah.
To be there for you. Like that does nothing for you by
Yeah.
them going like, we should go. I'm not into comedy.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't like stand up that much. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah. If
But
the
Torio used to be a busboy at our restaurant.
And not even about us specifically. If you know a comedian and they've been doing it under 3 years, yes, go.
Support them.
Support them however you can.
Yes.
But meet and seats for sure.
Yeah.
If it's been 3 years, only go if you want to go.
If you want to go.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's this energy, and I'm very sensitive to this of like, oh man, I feel like I owe them my time right now. And even if you, it's so fragile.
Totally.
Like it's just like such a spider web of like sensitive bouncing egos. And I've been there. I've been hanging out at a thing where it's someone I'm kind of like, damn, look at them. And they don't have time for me. It kind of hurts a little bit more than like an up and coming, like a friend that's like not very good. And I'm going to support them. They don't have time for me. It's like, all right, man, I want to get out of here.
I just got big
anyway.
time.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not big timing anyone.
No, yeah.
I'm trying to sell vinyl. I'm a vinyl record salesman after my shows. You think I don't want to do that?
Yeah.
Don't make me. I don't want you to witness me kind of be on.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey guys, thanks so much for coming. That's not me. Like,
totally. I don't think it goes any away. It's just being sensitive to them having to focus and like do a good job because that's what this is all about, is just doing a good job up there. Yeah. And everything is kind of like relying on that.
Right.
And I saw Neil Brennan have like a similar rant where he's like, I'm like doing a new TV show and I got like cousins being like, dude, we got to come check it out. And I'm like, and then agent, like at that level, you also have like management and industry being like, dude, we're going to be in the dressing room because they want to be near the action, see what deals can be made. And he's like, I don't want you in my green room, in my dressing room.
I remember.
He goes, with my cousin, just eating crudité, being like, killing it, buddy. It's like, this doesn't prepare me.
I remember when I first got the job at the Comedy Store, it was when you remember I joked with you. You said this person's meeting so and so in the green room, and then so I let them in the green room, and then I knew it might not be a good call. So then I messaged you, hey, you screwed me over. I was fucking with Zach. I was like, hey, I just got like written up because
you told me this person
could go in the green room. Which wasn't it worked out, but it was like that could have gone either way.
Yes,
which is why I was like fucking with you.
Yeah,
but then Bruce was telling me a story. He's like, hey, don't ever do that again, because one time I let
Bruce Buffer
into the Joe Rogan green room,
and for people who don't know,
they stopped him. And he said, hey, Joe, Bruce Buffer's here? You want me to let him in,
First, you got to explain who... People might not know who Bruce Buffer is.
Okay, go ahead.
He's the guy that is the announcer before big UFC fights who goes, it's
time!
Like the voice of...
the USC.
Of the USC.
And Rogan was like, oh, cool, just let him know. I'll see him after. Like, so it's not... You can't just assume...
Just because they're famous...
Just because they're famous and friends that they're... Yeah, that green room's...
It's a sensitive place.
You go out to do an hour.
It doesn't seem fun. It's like when you're young and you're watching, like, I don't know, movies where they go backstage and the bands just hang in.
Yeah.
It's not that. No. It's like, even when I've worked the weekend in the green room, I'm like, I think I should get out of here. And I have every right to be in there as another performer, but
it can be tense.
It's super tense.
It's only cool if it's like, if you're headlining and you bring in a feature and he's your bud, or like you and I are co-headlining.
Totally.
Then yeah, it's fun.
We're having fun. And you can come hang.
And there's some vibes in the green room that are cool. If it's a couple of homies that are famous and you kind of are on that show and get to be a part, but don't talk much.
Totally. I was sitting in the green room with Jim Norton and
all his hookers.
The feature was Joe Tobin. And he asked if his friend Matt Morales could come in, who's another San Francisco comic. So Matt comes in, and we're all sitting there in like awkward silence.
Yeah.
And they're talking a little bit, and Jim's just like on his phone. Jim hasn't really talked much to us.
Sure.
And I just go, congrats on he's like, hey, good to see you, Zach. And I'm like, good to see you too, Matt. Congrats on the commercials, man. That's awesome. Because he's been in like a lot of TV commercials. I'm like, get that money, you know? And he's like, yeah, you know, it's been like a good little run. I've had like a few, and he's like going a little too long into the commercial world. Mm-hmm. And I just see Jim just being like, like eyes wide, like, are you guys done with this fucking snoozer? And I'm like, hey, this is not, and I'm just sort of going like, yeah. In my head, I'm like, let's get to the end of this soon. Let's get back to silence.
Yeah.
I almost want to be like, let's go finish this one outside. Mm-hmm. And it's not that I had something cooler to say, but I'm like, now he doesn't like me. Now he doesn't like me either.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine, but yeah,
No,
it's
totally.
always it's a tense vibe.
Are you going to be that tense?
In the green room?
Yeah. The guy that's just like,
I don't think so.
Rolling his eyes. Like,
oh, maybe. I am the kind of person. I mean,
you can't hide.
I like Matt and Tobin, but I'm very much.
You can't hide not. You
I
can't
get
hide
a
being over.
Yeah, if I was a headliner and I'm in the club and then they introduce some guy and in that point it seems like he's almost kind of bragging about commercials.
Yeah.
Which is something Jim Norton probably. Not only is he way above that, he probably hates
commercial actor
people. Capitalism, maybe. Like, he seems like just an anarchist. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's just like, here we go.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're out of time.
Damn, dude.
Anything you wanted to end on? Any final thoughts?
Let's see. I did my testosterone
What if
we gave Sam a shout out?
I just spit a bunch of fake cum out of my mouth? Just the whole episode, I had this capsule, but I don't. I'm not that good of a showman.
It's just like the weirdest fucking thing. I just go, this is my impression of a guy, of the greatest magician ever committing suicide. And I just pull out a dagger, I slice myself across the stomach, and I'm like, you can't survive this cut. This is a cut that kills. And then I go, by the way, was this your card? And I just pull out a fucking like bloody Joker.
No, it's the 8 of diamonds.